cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. When they go to nodding, I know it's time to quit that deal right there. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Andy Seiler, Boyd Polhamus. And as we welcome you to this 10th round Super Series, now number 4, I look back and think we've had a lot of great talent here. But we've got some characters in every event, the ladies in their events as well. You're going to love this Super Series number 4. Let's get after the money.
One of the things I'm going to watch for very closely is last year's champion bull rider at Rodeo Houston. His name is Creek Young from Missouri. He rode a bull called Preacher for 87 points to win Houston. That solidified him going to the National Finals Rodeo. However, last September at our playoffs in Puyallup, Washington, he severely broke his riding arm, had to miss the entire National Finals Rodeo, and this will be one of his first professional outs back trying to defend the title at Houston. So keep your eyes on Creek Young.
Well, I want to look at the bareback riding. It seems like the level of talent in that competition continues to rise up. We've got world champion Clayton Bigelow here in Super Series number 4. He won the world back in 2019. He's creeping up on the $2 million mark, and we knew he was special from the first time we saw him at the College National Final.
Absolutely. Now, let's go down to the 4th member of our broadcast team. This is Janie Johnson. Hi, Janie.
Hi, Boyd. Tonight's going to be a party here in Houston. John Party is ready to perform and take that star stage after the rodeo. But as for the rodeo performance, I've got my eye on a cowboy that they are cheering for across the world. The Australian Damien Brennan is back here in Houston to defend his Rodeo Houston title in the saddle bronc riding. Last year, he was 91 points to win this rodeo on Survey's Ed Bishop. This year, he's back. He's feeling great, and that win catapulted him to an incredible season, and he's back to defend that.
We're looking forward to that in the bronc riding, but let's start everything off with a tie-down roping, sponsored by Boot Bar. Who won it all 1 year ago? A guy by the name of Ty Harris. He had to get in a rope off with his little brother in the finals on Sunday, but he left here as the champion. He remains the measuring stick as we open Super Series 4 with world champion Shane Hainsey, world champion Ryan Jarrett, and probably the best calf roping horse in the country named Peso, ridden by Logan Bird.
Well, speaking of horses, Riley Pruitt told us off camera he's got a brand new horse that he's pretty proud of. This is Snowman. 2-time NFR qualifier, son of a world champ, and NFR average winner himself, who's currently number 8 in the world. Money one is how you advance. This Nebraska man understands this format. Got a little bronky calf jumping up and down, and now he has to slow it all down. He's smooth to finish the time at 13:05. That speed jam kind of gummed him up, Bobby T.
Well, missing the string is not going to be for everybody. I'm impressed with that new horse. He not only run to him, and you said it, that motley face calf did run. Old Snowman got him there and held that calf down. Horses. Everybody wants the best one every time they buy one. Seth Hall may be having the best horse he's ever owned, Boyd. Here's an Odessa College graduate.
Yes, Seth, for those of us who have done a lot of work over in the turquoise circuit in New Mexico and Arizona, Seth Hall is a household name, but he never really campaigned got out of that circuit a lot. Don't get me wrong, he'd go to Cheyenne every year, but right now he's number 10 in the world, and he's got a shot at age 34 to make it to his first national finals rodeo. Great team roper, all-around hand. This guy can do it all. He's just flat plain a cowboy. Look at Seth Hall go to work in Houston. Nice job, my man. 9-5 for the man from Albuquerque.
All hustle and throttle. Right down the rope, reaches underneath and grabs that string. Strong start for Seth. That's what we wanted to see.
He body blocked that calf, and that horse just pulled him right up to him inside of his knee. That man's been at a Brandon fire. He's been on the big ranches in his part of the country. Not afraid to work, not afraid to hustle. Comanche, Oklahoma is the home to a Hall of Famer, Ryan Jarrett. I don't know how many times, let's go back, Boyd, into the O's, 04, 5, 6, 7, when he was getting to be the hottest.
Yeah, well, he hit the scene out of Somerville, Georgia, where he worked on a 750-acre dairy farm with his dad. He would win the Rookie of the Year in the steer wrestling first, but then this would become his main event. 2005 all-around champion. Now watch the way he ties the calf. That piggin string comes from his hip, not from his mouth. 99% of the tie-down ropers carry their piggin string in their mouth. That's the string they tie the calf's feet with. Ryan is different. He grabs his from his hip. 2 wraps, half hitch, and here it is again, just like a quick draw, right? Off that hip, gather 2. Now watch, 1 wrap and then the knot. He was risking that calf kicking free. It didn't. Jarrett moves into the number 2 spot with a 9-6.
I'll volunteer some information about Jake Pratt, Stephenville, Texas. 2018 NFR qualifier, 37 years of age, has now seen our top 2 times are in the single-digit range. Money one is how you advance, so he knows just how fast he needs to be to get out of our 4th Super Series and get into the semifinal competition.
I see a little gray in that beard and mustache. I remember when he didn't shave every day.
Bob Tallman named his horse on the way in here.
That horse's name is Pinto. Couldn't hurry. There's the bull. He got away. I thought he was going to get away with it.
This is a true story. We're coming into NRG Stadium after our production meeting, and now it's going to be a no time. Calf didn't stay tied for the required 6 seconds. But Jake's leading his horse in, and Bob goes, nice paint. What's his name, Pinto? And Jake goes, yeah, we'll just call him Pinto. So I don't know what Jake was calling him prior to when Tallman dubbed that name on him.
You know, the sad thing is we've reached the point where we have to give the disclaimer that this is a true story.
Yes.
Why let the truth get in the way of a good story? Get rid of your disclaimers.
Here's the truth on this guy. The number 2 ranked tie-down roper in the world. He has won money everywhere he's went this year. He won money in Odessa. He won money in Denver. He won money in Rapid City, San Antonio, Fort Worth. Kyle Lucas from Carstairs, Alberta, Canada, the champion of Tucson. He's at the 50-yard line inside NRG Stadium. The clock's ticking to 9. Trying to make up time on the ground, and 12-2 will put him in the number 3 spot with 3 Cowboys to go.
Now, for those of you thinking, well, he might not win any money with that. He's 3rd, maybe 4th when he's done. Folks, this is a bracketed system. We are going to give them a shot tonight. Those could miss one, break a barrier, not have a good time. They've still got the next 2 days to come back, win a round, pays $3,000, and get back in the game.
In my opinion, it's one of the most fair formats in all of rodeo. 2nd of 3 Canadians, Bo Cooper, Stettler, Alberta, Canada, who has finished in our Final 4 contestants on Championship Sunday in the past. Qualified to the National Finals 2 years ago. Gray horse puts him where he needs to be. Has to get that calf up. How fast can he be? 8.9. And oh, Canada is at the top of the tie-down roping.
Nice. Beautiful run. There's nothing to fault anywhere. This guy just does it perfect. It's funny how fast you can be when you're smooth, right? Okay, let's go to Shane Hanchy. We asked him, how great is it having your 10-month-old baby boy with you?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate in my career over the last 15 years, but nothing tops that baby boy and seeing his smile and bringing Strand Jacob on the road.
Family's important. You don't get to see enough of it when you do this for a living. Shane is one of those guys that has qualified for the National Finals Rodeo. Again, understand when we say NFR or National Finals, that's our Super Bowl or our World Series. You can't win a world championship unless you get there. He's won one, but he's been to 15 consecutive. Can you imagine a player that's played in 15 consecutive Super Bowls or World Series? He is one of the most consistent ropers in this business. A 4-time Canadian champ, too. He got that calf caught in the money hole. Is he clean? I believe he is. When they catch him that quick, you sometimes worry about a barrier, but nothing to worry about here. Hanchy takes the lead with an 8.4.
Well, that baby's going to get some new booties out of this deal.
Ostrich
booties. Why not?
They were upgraded.
Yeah, why not? Tall tops, lots of stitching. Let's try the Canadians one more time. Here's a man in the top 40 at the moment. At the age of 30, Logan Bird comes from Nanton, Alberta, just due south of Calgary in the farm country. Watch this buckskin horse. I don't know what they call him.
Peso.
They have won nearly $300,000. They being this man and a lot of other guys. That's big pesos, boys. 272 grand, actually. Thank you, Boyd. Oh, and you can do that at the Wrangler NFR. Think about it. You go to the World Finals and you let somebody else ride your horse, even if they pay you 25%.
And they're saying now it's going to be a no time. The calf got up. But an electric opening night for our tie-down ropers. After the nod of the head, you and the horse have to give chase. Swing your rope with authority until it meets its mark, and you handle that slack. Go down the rope, finish it off with a tie and a hooey, and then look up and say, just how well did I do? Well, that man got a check in the number 2 position, but it was Shane Hanchy with an 8-4. Then Cooper, Hall, and Jarrett. Thank you to Boot Barn for bringing us the tie-down roping.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wildcard competitions. The winner from each wildcard will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $65,000 with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Get ready to rock and roll with the Riggin' Riders. Bareback riding when we return to Houston.
Hey, folks, if you're 21 or older, listen to this. Pledge to rodeo responsible to the Miller Lite Designated Driver Program. I want you to scan the QR code and receive complimentary fountain drinks or a bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Thanks to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our hard-working arena crew. They're down in the dirt and on the chutes, and they make it all work behind the scenes.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. We'll make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens and we'll take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Hey, I want to smile. Look at there. Beautiful girls, you're on the big screen. Look at those video screens right now. The Carnival Cruise Line has what we call the Cowboy Cam. You're on it. And it's bringing the Wild West.
They are having fun here inside NRG Stadium, and it is going to be a test for some of the best in the world in the bareback riding. As we get our fucking chutes loaded and ready, we say thank you to Chevron for sponsoring. You look back nearly a year ago, Leighton Berry was our champion. For the second year in a row, he is already advanced into the semifinals. But look out, up-and-coming Weston Timberman, Tanner Ross, the veteran. We have got another good stock of cowboys.
We're starting with last year's Rookie of the Year, Weston Timberman on Tootsie Roll. Tim O'Connell was 83 here earlier this week. Calgary Stampede bucking horse. That cowboy made it to his first National Finals rodeo last year as a rookie. The son of Chris Timmerman, the nephew of world champion Kelly Timmerman. He won $138,000 in Las Vegas doing this 10 nights in a row. And that's the fourth time in the last 4 trips a cowboy has marked 83 points on that horse.
Well, that'll just show you what the horse can do. Bring your riding pants and try to beat everybody else. Luke Thrash comes from Bastrop, Louisiana, not Texas. He's in the top 20 inside of it. At the age of 23, he and Cincy Whitney, that's the name of the horse of the Calgary Stampede. This will be the second time that we've bucked this mare here. She's only, 10, 11 years old. Cooper Cook was 87 on this horse at Fort Worth. They were 83, 85 in San Antonio. Let's ride, Luke. Drop your feet, pink jabs a flying.
Well, they were already 88 and a half on that horse here at Rodeo Houston, and I love the mark out. He holds his feet, but this is the type of horse you can't get behind on. And right here, you can see his body position fall a little to the left, and those feet start to drop on a tough horse from the Calgary Stampede. I don't know that we're going to get enough to beat 83 as we await the numbers coming in for Luke.
And they're coming, I promise you.
75.
There you go, 75. Thank you, Andy. Let's go to Anthony Thomas, Houston, Texas, by way of Australia. He grew up on a cattle station in Australia. He's 37 years old on a horse called Born Fearless. Cooper Cook was 88 at the NFR and won second in the 3rd round in Las Vegas. Born Fearless is an 11-year-old gelding. Underneath the 37-year-old who was 83 in Fort Myers, won money in Savannah, Georgia.
Push him over just a little bit, boys. He's on my leg here. Okay, let's go.
You do not want to make a mistake. Ouch. Oh, and I think he might have kicked him in the shoulder on the way down. You get your feet dropped back He's looking at it going, whoops, I made one bad mistake. And you'll see it at about jump number 3, Andy.
Well, it's a battle. And sometimes when you get beat by a horse that has been featured at the National Finals Rodeo, all you can do is smile, because this horse yanks him down over to the right. And that's all you can do is tip your hat to a great opponent. Say we'll try it in round 2.
Go up to the northwest of Anita, Oregon, for the 24th ranked bareback rider in the world, a 21-year-old cowboy named Mason Stuller. Here he is on a Rodeo Tango, another NFR horse from Calgary. But this time, the cowboy is going to win the fist fight. An exceptional horse, an exceptional ride by a young rising star named Mason Stuller. Just 21 years old, his 3rd season, and he has just spurred his way to the lead. 84.5 for Mason Stuller. And now the price just got a little higher in round 1 of Super Series 4.
He's pretty stoked about that, and his rodeo coach at Western Texas College will be doing backflips in the front room. Tanner Oss, 1,000 times. We have bragged on him in 8 trips to the Wrangler NFR and every major rodeo in the country. Last year he won it on a rodeo that starts tomorrow at Austin, Texas, all the way to Bremerton, Washington, and many more. This is Black Dress from the David Bailey Rodeo Company. Just nice, big, lazy ass out through there, jump and kick.
That horse is honest, no tricks. Gonna come right there in front of the bucket chutes, and that is a great camera angle for you to see how well Tanner turns his toes out, trying to beat that horse to the ground. 78 for Mr. Oss.
Now we're going to go back up north of the 38th parallel. We are headed to Thorhild, Alberta, Canada. Ethan Mazarenko, 34-year-old veteran, made the finals at Tucson, top 2 in Rapid City. Candy coated from the David Bailey Company. Clay Jorgensen was 86, the Badland Circuit Finals. Come on, Ethan. Drag those feet, buddy. There you go. Quick feet on a pretty honest horse. That horse doesn't throw too many tricks at him, Andy. He just keeps right in the middle, staring straight down that mane.
And I think that previous ride and the confidence to know what's coming helped him out. We got a top 3 score, 80 points for Ethan. That is number 3. All-around cowboy on an NFR horse called Arbitrator Joe from the Calgary Stampede. 12-year-old bay mare that they were 87 on in Fort Worth. That was Dean Thompson, from one world champion to another. A little stumble at the start as I see another orange flag on the ground, but we'll have to see what the score is, because I think he's going to like the number that comes up.
All right, horse starts with its head down. That's difficult for the horse. Nobody can do anything about that when they drop their head when the gate cracks. Then you just got to take them jump for jump on how it's going to work. Clayton, you talk about cool, calm, collected. I've never seen this guy get out his line, but his daddy's the same way, except on the golf course.
Okay, sounds like you have personal experience on that.
Yes, sir.
Looks like it's a 76 with a re-ride option. I would expect to see Clayton and Rocker elect to take their re-rides. And if they do, we probably buck them. There's Goose, the flank man for the Calgary Stampede. And they'll probably take those horses in the saddle bronc riding if they agree to do it.
There it is. Folks, that's Rocker Steiner. He's become a household name. There isn't anything that kid has not accomplished.
All right. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, the team ropers are in the arena when we return.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Well, it's autograph time. There's Leon Coffey. He is in the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Fan Zone. You go meet our Rodeo Houston athletes. Leon, some bullfighters, some beautiful ladies, and our royalty. That's section 103 and 124.
So you have no reason to miss a performance of Rodeo Houston, even if you don't have a ticket to every performance, because we are on Space City Home Network, we are on the Cowboy Channel, and we are also on Telemundo. So there's no reason to miss any performance if you can't get here live. You can watch us from the comfort of your home or anywhere else. Did I say Telemundo? I did. Let's meet Enrique and Luis, our broadcasters for Telemundo. Hola.
Hola, saludos amigos, gracias por acompañarnos. Les invitamos que descarguen su aplicación de Telemundo Texas para ver toda la acción de Rodeo Houston completamente en español.
Coming up after the re-rides in team roping, we have the team of Lightning Aguilera, number 5 in the world, and Patrick Smith. They reached the finals in San Antonio 3 weeks ago. Les deseamos buena suerte a todos. Good luck to each one of them.
We are back at Rodeo Houston. And one sibling giving a kiss to the other. Oh, that's cute. It's a family affair. Ladies.
Yes, the lady in the hat knew exactly where that camera angle was coming from. That's not her first rodeo.
They are ready to have some fun on a Thursday night, and so are the teams. It is team roping time. 2x2, they stroll on in with our friends at Corral Handcrafted Boots. Turn back time, and we bring you Yaklo and Hawkins, our champions from a year ago. Let me tell you what, I am cheering. I know we're not supposed to as announcers, but I'm cheering for the Johnson brothers. I love those fellas.
Well, you watched them win a college title.
Start with Carroll and Moore. Shay to the horns, Logan to the heels. The NFR healer turned header and passed Rodeo Houston champ Shay Carroll 6-1.
And I think that would win money in almost every one of our 3 previous Super Series. If you had a run like this, just a nice, smooth 6-1, not a barn burner, but rock solid run, you end up winning cash on your first one, and that's the goal. Remember, it's not the times and the scores that advance you, it's the money you win with the times and the scores. Now let's go to Brady Tryon and Calgary Smith, 35-year-old veteran to the horns. His dad Dennis was the first Montanan to ever qualify for the NFR. Brothers Clay and Travis, outstanding ropers as well. Brady's number 14 in the world, Calgary's number 13. They were 4-7 in Fort Worth. Hard running steer. Brady has to junk the rope, and Calgary is unable to stab 2 feet. So that's going to go out as a no time.
All right, you've had 2 runs to see how it's going to work. The barrier line, again, is directly in front of the header. The heeler's got a free roll. That rope just kind of wadded up that Calgary threw at the heels. Never did get any scoop or swing under it. Coy Rollman, Cole Curry, Missouri and Mississippi. Now here's a couple of guys in the top 20, top 30. Oh, the head catch is good, heel catch. That's awesome. 6-2, now we're roping, boys.
So a little education for you here. Watch this run. Even though you rope the horns and the feet, the run isn't over. The run only ends when both ropes are tight and the horses are facing. See the field flag judge back there? He did not drop that flag until the header's rope was tight, even though there was slack in it after the healer had caught it. Hey, at 6-2, they're only 1/10 of a second off the lead. They're looking good.
Luke Brown and Trey Yates, Rock Hill, South Carolina, Pueblo, Colorado. Luke, a 14-time NFR qualifier. I was actually talking to my neighbor the other day, Kevin Daniel, about Luke, and he goes, you know what? I don't think anybody is more of a winner than Luke Brown. He said this guy just shows up everywhere he goes and wins.
And it doesn't matter who he's healing with, even though he's healing with a guy from an iconic Colorado family. Trey Yates, following in the footsteps of his granddad, Dick, his Hall of Fame father, JD. Look, it's ugly but effective, okay? He would have preferred a horn catch, and the steer's going to handle a little bit differently. He's running off to the left. That loop doesn't even look like it's going to go on, and then finally does. I think Luke's as surprised as all of us were that it went on. 10 flat. It sure beats nothing.
Oh, that rope is brand new, if I'm correct about it, and it had some wobbles in it. You got a little stretch on it. Jace Bland, better known as J7, and Tyson Thompson. Now here's a couple of kids from out in West Texas. J7 of the famous Bland family. His name is Jace, but he was about 10 years old, entered his first rodeo. He just put down J7. He said that it's easier to sign on a check. Yeah. The Thompsons, 2 years ago, won the $50,000 at the Houston Ranch Rodeo. They were second this year. That ranching family from Monday, Texas, are amazing people. Oh. 7. He got his job done. We're going to have one leg roped by Tyson T. Penalty of 5 seconds. Total 11-1.
Marcus Terrio and Wyatt Cox. Marcus, the number 9 man in the world, all-around cowboy from Lumberton, Mississippi. His dad, a world champion in his own right. Wyatt, the winner at Red Bluff, Pasadena, and Yuma, Colorado last year.
Red Bluff Roundup, the third weekend in April. Come see us. We'd love to have you in Tehama County.
Great headshot, excellent heel shot. We've turned the temperature up. Now we're roping at 5-4.
Oh, when I grow up, I want to be Marcus Terrio. That guy is one of the coolest kids you ever to meet. His mom and dad, Herbert and Renee, great competitors back in the day. His dad's a world champion. I'd be surprised if Marcus doesn't win one in his career as well. Well, here's the team that when we were talking earlier to Enrique and Luis that they were featuring. Lightning Aguilera is a past champion of San Antonio. He's number 5 in the world. He's roping with one of the most consistent, and another guy that's going to go in the Hall of Fame if he isn't there already. Patrick Smith, 2-time world champion. Lightning for the horns at work with a net catch. That's legal. And Patrick is unable to snatch those 2 hind feet, so some tough luck for Lightning and Patrick. Here's Andrew. You can tell him why both you and I are pretty high on Jet Johnson's 2 sons.
So if you go back to 2021, we were at the College National Finals. These 2 roped for Casper College. The finals is in Casper, Wyoming. They won it, and these Johnson boys got a standing ovation. Great ranching family in Wyoming, and they bring that sizzle down to Texas, 5-6. The Johnsons will be on the board for go round 1.
Yeah, their dad won a world championship with Turtle Powell back in 2011. And now Kellen and Carson carrying the family brand on. 26-year-old header, 24-year-old healer, and they're going to finish in the top 2 on opening day of Super Series number 4.
All right, you got to reach over there. There's that new rope I was talking about. It wadded up like spaghetti, but ended up catching one around the neck. When you turn the corner, look for 2. Try to get the scoop 100. That right hind leg just did not want to fit. You go to rebuild your loop, you know you're not going to use it until tomorrow. What the boys do? 5-4, Terrio and Cox at 6,000. The Johnsons, they got the second place check. That was the team roping, and it's sponsored by Corral Handcrafted Boots.
The bucket chutes are loaded. Bucket horse riding when we return in H-Town.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly. Rain on, Houston.
I love these seats. They are right behind our bucket chutes, presented by Chenier. They're called the chute seats. That is a great vantage point to watch this rodeo inside NRG Stadium, and that's why all of those people are smiling, waving, and having a great time.
Nobody ever brags on our arena crew enough. They're here late. They get here first in the day. Talented men and women working the gates and chutes and all that equipment. They are sponsored by Cavender's Boot City.
And yes, sir, they do work hard. Okay. All right, we're watching you. Well, we could have got a picture of you on the big screen. That's it. Just smiling away. Good to see you. That's cute. Oh, this is my first rodeo. Welcome, youngin'. Hey, welcome back. Make sure you catch our spectacular drone show every Saturday and Sunday night at 8 p.m. We'll be lighting up the sky over NRG Arena, and it's all presented by ExxonMobil. Don't miss it. Now, if you'll recall, we had 2 re-rides in the bareback riding that we have to complete. One of them, 21-year-old Rocker Steiner. As Bob was pointing out, his dad and his granddad are both world champions, and he got within inches of winning his first world championship back in December in Las Vegas. I believe this is High Rollin' Sydney from the Survey Company. Oh boy, this paint is firing. Rocker's firing with him. Well, that's a pretty impressive ride.
I don't know if it's the new hairdo or what it is, but it seems like everything's coming together. Brand new haircut and a paint horse underneath him. Bring all those colors together for an 83-point ride for Rocker.
That currently will tie him for second and third with Weston Timmerman. Yeah, he's shaking the new locks. That kid rides with a pair of spurs that came from Larry Mahan and into Ty Murray. Now he's riding in that pair of spurs. Clayton Bigelow from Clements, California. Would this be the Jelly Bean?
Yes, sir.
This would be wide 30 of the Survey Championship Rodeos for the re-ride. We mentioned earlier about being the 019 World Champion bareback rider. He has been out west to Las Vegas 8 different times.
Well, Bob, I know you've seen it before, but when I watched him win Logandale, he also threw one heck of a head loop in the team roping. This guy is all cowboy.
Well, Bob Feist, his partner, they still rope together. Get back, reach and get him. It's all about timing. When the timing doesn't work, their whole body gets out of sync.
Well, and you saw the clock stop at 7.6 seconds. Why did the clock that ticks to 8 stop ticking at 7.6? Because that's when he reached down and double grabbed and disqualified himself. I don't know if he's battling injuries or not, but I hope if he isn't, I want him 100% healthy. So the 83 by Rocker did change things. The no score by Clayton. There are your placers in round 1. Stuller's going to win it. Timmerman in hot pursuit. Steiner number 3. All of that brought to you by Chevron. Now to the classic event in the sport of professional rodeo. It's the saddle bronc riding competition. Similar but different. The markout rules in effect. It's sponsored by Energy Transfer. Half the score from the horse for How Hard It Is to Ride, half from the cowboy. Jamie Johnson talked about this in the Open. Damian Brennan, your defending champion, who won it all a year ago with a 91-point ride, is in this Super Series 4. It won't be easy. He's up against the #1 man in the world, Cade Bruno. First guy to go, Bailey Small.
Just split the win in Arcadia, Florida. Crockett, the horse from the Calgary Stampede, started just a touch behind, but I think he was able to catch up quickly. I think that's Alan Bohr.
Yes, that is Alan Bohr from Axtell, Utah. Guilty Love will be the horse of the Calgary Stampede under him. The father, the rancher, what a nice man. We're going to put him in at 78 points for Alan Bohr.
So Ira Dickinson is in the top 20 in the world, number 17th right now. 25-year-old young man. All I can do is tell you what he's done so far. At San Antonio, 84 and 85. Fort Worth, he was 84. He's the reigning Mountain State Circuit champion, and he's got an NFR bucking horse that Wyatt Casper rode for 87.5 points at San Antonio. This is Freedom Express from the Calgary Stampede, and a 25-year-old Wyoming cowboy ready to bear down on the NFR Bronc. Ira, go ahead.
That big horse had 4 major change-ups in the first 5 jumps. Now watch how big free he bucks, set his feet. Right there, horse goes to the right, kicks to the left. That'll make a lot of difference in how you move your bottom around, lift on your bronc crane. They're going to mark him 78 points.
So the next man you're going to meet is Cade Bruno. We asked him, sometimes horses are swapped between bareback riding and saddle bronc riding. Does that affect your ride?
Yeah, they swap horses back and forth sometimes. It kind of can help free them up one way or the other. So just because it's been in the bareback riding doesn't mean it's not a great bronc.
Well, there's not much that hurts this guy, Boyd.
No, he's as cool as the backside of your pillow, right? So let's talk about it. The bareback riding, Bradley Miller, the #1 bareback rider in the world, had this horse at the Calgary Stampede and scored 85. But now we're bringing him back over to the saddle bronc riding. The horse's name is Fishy Alibi. And just to get an idea what Cade did in Fort Worth to move into the #1 spot, he was 87, 87.5 twice, and then 92 points in the finals at Fort Worth. Bruno from Challis, Idaho. He's looking at 278s, and those are not very intimidating. Anything above 83 or 84, you start to gulp a little bit. But I would look to see Cade do quite well on Fishy Alibi.
Why did you and Boyd start sweating when he said Fishy Alibi?
I had I didn't even know how to pronounce that name on that horse. I have no idea. 2 years ago, Boyd and I watched this kid at the NFR Open, which is the Pikes Peak or Bust rodeo in Colorado Springs. We call it the National Finals Rodeo Open. Probably rode in adverse conditions like you wouldn't imagine, 10 inches of rain. This kid can spur a bucking horse. No hot dogging. He will do just exactly what Idaho guys do. They come seriously to show up and get the money. Good, Cade.
He's being patient on the young horse from the Calgary Stampede, wanting everything to be right. Whoa! Multiple lead changes and direction changes. That degree of difficulty is high.
I think they may have throat latched this horse. I couldn't really tell. But I will tell you this horse was not, they did. See how they hooked the bronc rein to the latch right underneath the band that goes behind the ears? That's called throat latching one. You do that when the horse's head is expected to move around a lot. You got to ask the stock contractor who owns the horse if you can do it, but more often than not, they agree. And 77.5 for Cade Bruno on Fishy Alibi. We haven't seen an 80 yet, but we're fixing to, I'll bet you.
It's our defending champion, Damian Brennan of In June, Queensland. The horse underneath him is called Tequila Sunrise. The last 2 times this horse has been out, He has bested his competitors and seen them hit the dirt before the 8-second whistle. There were 44 points. The judges marked this horse out of a possible 50 in San Antonio. Horse jumps up in the air. Defending champion, having those good vibes yet again. And the Aussie is looking to take over in Harris County.
That's another one of those Aussies that came to the United States to ride for Western Texas College. Stout mark out, toes turned out over the break. That's when the horse gets wicked. Is right there about that second to third jump. Throws plenty at the Cowboy, but the Queensland Australia man moves into number one with an 80-point ride for Damian Brennan.
In Aussie land, they'd say 80. He got an 80. And I'm proud for him. Brody Wells, let's go get you an 82. Powell, Wyoming, and another David Bailey bucking horse. This time called Extra Special. Now, this is a young horse, okay? Got lots of kick. Gonna be fun to watch. I just want Brody Wells, who's number 14 in the world standings, to have as much fun as we are expecting. He got money in 5 rounds last year at the Wrangler NFR, Vegas. For those of you that would like to make that a destination vacation, the first 10 days in December, come and see it. Get online right now. Check it out.
Won round 2 with a 90 out there. Round 5 with an 89. Nicely done on his first trip to win $95,000 in Clark County, Nevada. Now trying to add 65,000 more from the Bayou City in Houston. Nice horse, nice start, great ride, great score, 85 points. Brody has just punched his ticket to the number 1 spot.
King Gunderson, you got a heck of a bucking horse right there. Take care of that bay, dude. All right, let's see if we can get cash for cash, Andy Seiler.
We're going to go to Bailey Small right now from MacArthur, California. Just outside the top 15. He is number 16 in the world. Last weekend, split the win in Arcadia, Florida. Also won Nebraska's biggest rodeo in Burwell, Nebraska. Ended up last year winning the permit finals. But he's got a horse called Crockett, 10-year-old bay mare that bucked off Cade Bruno, who you saw just a few moments ago in San Antonio, where they marked the horse 46 out of a possible 50 points.
Just got to put those numbers together. You get a 44-5, 46 horse. You can make a 44-45 ride. It's easy to beat 90. There's Cade Bruno on the outside, helping Bailey Small to get out of there. No, rip you in half.
What caused that? Are you wondering what happened to a great bronc rider? This horse will show you. Watch the hind legs of the horse. You see the extension and the kick toward the ceiling of NRG? When a horse kicks that high and that hard, you're going somewhere that you don't want to go. Out the back door. Bam! Off the hip. And down goes Frazier. Woo! That one hurt.
That's a little recoil. Houston Methodist will be right there to help him with our sports medicine team. That'll rearrange the vertebrae in your neck. Now, Cash Wilson, Wald, South Dakota. Badlands Circuit champion in Minot last October. He's also got the money at Lewiston, Idaho, Ellensburg, Washington. This horse, Canadian Mist. Somebody was drinking when they named this horse. Boyd, they won some money at your big rodeo at Denver at the National Western Stock Show and Rodeo in January on this stallion.
Okay, boy.
Yeah, buck off White Casper and the bucket ball in Gillette New Year's Eve. That's not easy to do. Wow. Another nice horse out of the Bailey Rodeo Company. You mentioned Shane Gunderson a moment ago. Here's another great bucking horse that wears his brand. I mean, look at the extension on the back end. Lots of fire, 79 points for the 24-year-old from Walls, South Dakota.
Waverly, Kansas is Weston Patterson, the number 8 saddle bronc rider and the Prairie Circuit Finals champ. As a horse from Generations Pro Rodeo called Rose Valley. This horse bucked off world champion Spencer Wright in San Antonio. This horse actually bucks off a lot of guys. This 23-year-old would love to climb the world standings. But you know, when you're given those big moments, you got to rise to that occasion. Watched him ride the world champion horse, the Black Tie, at the Clark County Fair and Rodeo last year. Can he get past the roan, Rose Valley? On a round where there's plenty of room to move in. I like what I'm seeing, Boyd.
I like what I see from the ride, but boy, that horse didn't look like it was a lot of fun. Count the swoops. All right, there's a swoop to the left, swoop back to the right. Watch this, swoop back to the left. Really tough to track a horse that's swooping up front, but he did it fabulously to the tune of 84 points for the kid from the heartland of Kansas.
Boys, when you run the right horses underneath them, and you know that every one of these young men came to ride, come to kick, it's always the same old game. The higher they jump, the better they buck, the better they kick, and the better you ride, the better score you're gonna. Ouch! Oh, I'm just glad he was back there far enough he didn't get kicked in the head. Dang it. There'll be days like that, Alice. You know I'm talking to you, Mom. Whew. He says it's over. I got 2 to go. Brody Wells at the top, Andy.
Followed by Patterson, Brennan, and Wilson. Thank you to our friends at Energy Transfer. They brought us the saddle bronc riding.
Stay with us. The big boys tackle bovine when we come back.
Hey, everybody knows how to text. It's time for the entertainer trivia. Answer the question, folks, on the big screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Do your texting.
What a great spot to be. That's our fan zone. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got 2 of them, sections 103 and 124. You can go see Miss Rodeo America, Miss Rodeo Texas, so many of our different athletes. And if you look in the background, we also have our championship saddles. That is a place to check off your bucket list and create a memory at the fan zone.
Hey, everybody, look at the big screens. The Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Camp is bringing out the Wild West in you. And our own Leon Coffee, he's looking good. Oh, my. What would you look like with a mustache and a cowboy hat? Well, you'd look good. Yes, you would. Oh, horns. Oh, boy. Nice ears, nice horns. Everybody's smiling with the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Camp.
What a beautiful carnival we have outside as the lights continue to twinkle. But the brightest stars of all are inside NRG Stadium, and we're going to bring you some of our biggest stars, the steer wrestlers. Steer wrestling brought to you by Mattress Firm. Last year it was Dakota Eldridge leaving here with a $50,000 payday for the second time in his career. If he can do it this year, it'll be $65,000. Riley Duvall, the generational talent, along with world champions Edler and Pearson. Great steer wrestlers.
Riley Duvall, Chakota, Oklahoma. plaid shirt like the Duval boys that all wear at the age of 33. He went to looking odd towards that steer immediately when he crossed the line. That steer did not fit what he and his hazer wanted to get done. For a man that's going to cross the $1 million mark this year in earnings, no time.
Let's turn to a fellow Okie from Chelsea, Oklahoma. He won the second round in Fort Worth with a 3.8. Wouldn't that be nice to see one here? Levi Rudd's the number 5 ranked steer wrestler in the world. 32 years old, a California Circuit Finals champ, past champion of the Daddy of them all in Cheyenne. Trying to be the first man in Super Series 4 to set a time. There you go, Levi! But we talked about the barrier in the tie down and the team roping, and he just bit it in the bulldogging. Here's another look at that. You can see the rope on the steer, and you can see the bulldogging horse's rope is still up before the rope comes off the steer. Again, it's not a judgment call. You can tell how the barrier was tripped, so the total time is 16-3.
The only time this next man qualified to the National Finals Rodeo, he left there with the biggest title of all. He won the NFR average and the world title back in 2020, the one year we had it in Arlington. That is Jacob Edler. Alva, Oklahoma. Last season, won Malala, Oregon, and Ogden, Utah. Big Bay horse puts him where he needs to be. Turn him around, and oh no! The steer has to be on his side. You can't fold him up, so now he's throwing him backwards. And now it becomes official at 14-7. There was a lot going on there.
A lot happening. There's a reason they call it wrestling. That guy tore his knee up in Tucson a couple of years ago, and now is just finally getting back to full 100% Jacob Edler. But once the steer slips away, he's got to try to throw him backwards. He does. Believe it or not, after 3, 14-7 is winning number 1.
That year in Arlington, Andy and I and Big Roger Mooney were blessed to be there at the microphone. That man had more fun every run, every night than anybody else. He'd just get up and cheer himself, clap his hands. What a great guy. What a great family is about to ride in a green shirt. From Innisfail, Alberta, Canada, this is Ryan Shuckberg. Oh, he's got money at Fort Worth, San Antonio, and Denver. We'll take that one, boys, at a 5-7. His mother, Patty, be jumping up and down in the front room tonight in Canada.
Well, that 5-7 is going to get him some money in Houston as well, Bobby T, because we're halfway home and he's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, he's guaranteed. The worst he'll do is 4th. So it's kind of fun to know that. Let's watch Cody Devers. Checks in Fort Worth and San Antonio. He won the Cooks Rodeo in Lubbock back in November. 2-time NFR qualifier. He went in 21 and 23. Currently number 7 in the world and a standout at Northwestern Oklahoma State. Cody, oh, he pushed that barrier. I can tell you that. Yeah, I was scared. It's going to be a 14-8. When you see a guy get on a steer this quickly, you know that he not only pushed it, he ran through it.
I'm sure Tyler Pearson, Andy, is looking at these cattle. That was the 3rd steer that they either rushed or folded up. It's a whole different pen of cattle than we've had for the last couple of Super Series.
Well, this is one of the best horsemen in the steer wrestling. We actually went to different schools together at the same time.
Doing the math on that.
Yeah, we're in the same region of college rodeo. No, I'm just joking. But this guy, you won't meet a more genuine and kind man with a great family. 2017 world champ. At 40 years of age, he's been to 6 National Finals rodeos, and he knows if he can just get a clean run here, he is in the money. Hold it all together. Way to go, T-Pain. 6-9. 6.9 for Tyler Pierce.
So, yep, there's a lot to like about that guy. Almost lost that inside horn, though. He was fortunate to maintain control of that. Let's watch big Stephen Culling ride in. We asked Stephen to compare the two seasons, the winter rodeo season and the summer rodeo season.
Yeah, the winter, it's not nearly as busy as the summer run. We've just been to a few rodeos, but excited to get the ball rolling here in Houston.
Going to get the ball rolling for the big 31-year-old cowboy from Fort St. John, British Columbia. He won the Maple Leaf Circuit Championship as our pickup men escort that last steer to the north end of the pen. Stephen has decided to let his horse out of the box, let him breathe for a little bit. Let's take a look at how we stand. 5-7, 6-9, just 2 clean runs. After that, a 14-7, 14-8, and a 16-3. So the door is open for the last 2 steer wrestlers to really have a chance to cash in.
Concentrate, now nod. Ooh, he hit that line. That horse threw his front feet up. I'm worried. Still going to down him in a 6-8. What about the line, guys?
So he was, watch this, he's pulling back on the left hand of the rein. He is trying to keep this horse from busting through that barrier. And a good thing he did, because by 1/10 of a second, he moves into the number 2 spot. That's some great cowboying right there by Stephen Culling.
Clayton Haas of Weatherford, Texas, final cowboy to go in the steer wrestling. Another all-around cowboy. $1.5 million in career earnings. At 41 years of age, just last season, the champion, Clovis, California, Lovington, New Mexico. You guys watched him win at Texas City as well.
In the mud.
He was 3-5 in Denver. He was 3-8 in Fort Worth. He might be 41, but he hadn't lost his guns. He could still make some magic. There you go. That's an all-around hand. I don't care if you want to team rope, steer wrestle, or work a pen of yearlings in the back pens. He's there for it. 7-7 is actually going to put him in the number 4 spot.
First time I ever saw him, Boyd, he was in the Wild Cow Melkin with his brothers from East Texas, where they were raised. 7-7 will hold it. Everybody came with the same idea, but this guy, that is Ryan Chuckberg. Then, that was brave. Turn loose to the inside horn. Reach for the nose, doesn't always mean it's going to be there. Have to turn around and do it left-handed. Oh, he said, let's just lay down right here. Get it over with. The clock makes the difference at a 5-7. That'll be Chuckberg. Money goes to Canada. Culling right behind him. 2 Canadians at the top. Mattress Firm. They brought us the steer wrestling.
The horse race is next. Barrel racing when we return at Rodeo Houston.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Looking for a casual or fine dining experience? The Ranch Saloon and Steakhouse has got you covered. Enjoy some live music and grab an ice-cold beer at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
So do y'all remember the trivia question? The trivia question asked you, what was the first year that John Pardee performed at Rodeo Houston? And if you got the question right, you got a chance to win season tickets to the rodeo. So right now, check the answer to the trivia question on the screen. And if you got it right, you got a chance to win those tickets. The winner will be announced When? On March 23rd, 2025, year of our Lord.
It is a gorgeous night.
It's an absolutely beautiful night outside to be here in Houston, Texas, and it is time for our barrel race. The 3 barrels are set. You can bobble them, but you can't knock them over. Cloverleaf pattern, the fastest time wins. The barrel race is going to be exciting. A whole new set of competitors tonight.
It is a horse race, and we love it. Get around all 3 barrels for our cowgirls. None other than our friends at S&B Engineers and Constructors bringing it to us. You go back to 2024, Leslie Smallyago left here with the biggest check of all. Donna K. Rule, the veteran cowgirl, along with the #1 lady in the world in this set. See how it all unfolds.
Montgomery, Texas gets us started. Here's your neighbor. I say she's your neighbor from Montgomery. Let's hear it for Ashley Castleberry. She's coming off her first trip to the NFR. Ride, Ashley, ride. Set this bar high. 15:26 for the cowgirl from Montgomery.
Oh boy, I get to go to Oklahoma for a lady who is a standard of excellence. Looks the part, rides the right horses, and a veteran who knows what to do when you need to do it. Now this first barrel's somewhat out of sight as they come through that gate. Donna K. Rule, beautiful first barrel turn, nothing wrong with that second. All right, everybody, let's help her. Kick, 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 kick. She said, I'm riding good enough a horse, I don't have to whoop them. 15:02.
Getting quicker with every run. Our second Ashley of the evening. This is Ashley Rogers, Louisiana lady. She won Cheyenne Wells, Colorado, and Thermopolis, Wyoming. Southeastern Circuit Finals standout, gets close to barrel #1. Sorrel Horse gets around the second. Cajun Lady has one more to get by, and she will get it done. 15:22, 15:22 has her second.
I'm excited to cheer on this second-generation barrel racer. AC Pinkston's mom, Liz, has won the championship at the NFR. This lady rides for Southwest Texas Junior College on the collegiate rodeo level, but she won the rodeo at Texas A&M University. AC Pinkston, now living in Stephenville, Texas, on a horse called the Bullet. Bullet around 1, Bullet around 2. Born, bred, and raised in Texas. AC, yes! 1491. And the second generation talent moves to #1 in the first round of Super Series 4.
She made an awesome run to be the last one out on the ground here. And her awesome horse, Bullet, they had smoke in second and third barrels. But I want to take a look at a ghost cam between AC Pinkston and Donna K. Rule. Donna K. is sitting second right now with a 15:02. Both here headed into that first barrel. Donna K. is on the sorrel horse, AC on the bay. They head into that second. AC's got a bit of a lead going into that second barrel, but they both had super close, tight, smoking fast second barrels. This is where Donna K. starts to fall behind, just a little bit behind AC. They get close together in the third, and then they shoot out of that third barrel, and AC's horse had a bit of a wider angle headed home and was just that much faster. But that's what made the difference between Donna K. and AC Pinkston. But we still have 4 great barrel racers coming up, including world #1 Megan McLeod Sprague, and she's done well in Houston before. I asked her, why does Jagger love this rodeo?
Jagger, he loves this arena. I won 4th last year, made the 4 round and won 4th last year. He likes the big wide open spaces. He loves to run barrels. He's been hurt, and this is kind of his comeback. He's had an amazing comeback tour, and we're really excited to be at this one.
All right, thank you, Megan. We'll see you in a few runs. Here's Haylin Lyde. She graduated from Texas A&M University. Her husband did as well. They both got master's degrees from Texas A&M, and she's a past champion of Houston. Her husband was a great bronc rider. He's now a veterinarian. And she ties for the lead, 1491 for Halen Live.
To the Badlands of South Dakota with Summer Cosell of Glenham. 2023 NFR qualifier. Had a great year last year as well, winning Walla Walla in Livingston, Montana. All yellow with a gold hat on top. 2 turns on the chestnut horse. 1 more, and South Dakota is smiling. 1486, and now the Badlands are doing good.
Well, they're all chasing that 1486 that Summer just laid down, but Megan McLeod Sprague, she finished 4th here at Rodeo Houston just last year. She is #1 in the world standings. She just won at San Antonio. This is her and Jagger's first run since that winning run just a couple weeks ago, and he comes in here, smokes that first barrel nice and quick. Megan is on her comeback tour with Jagger, and he is looking as good as ever. She looks down at that second barrel, but it's up. Let's help her turn this third. They're headed home. What a run they just made. 15-0. That's going to put her in a good spot. You can see right here in this second barrel, she was nice and close, even looked at it, and they're clean. I'm going to get a good check.
Gonna get a good check out of this deal. Wenda Johnson, another veteran, 14th in the ladies WPRA standings tonight coming into Houston. Huska. Now talk about a ladies trained, a lot of good horses, Futurity and WPRA barrel racing. Trying to get him scotched up, keep him driving once you make the turn, never let him slow down. Texas, oh no, you can give her something anyway. Penalty of 5. That's gonna put her total time in at 20-14. Doggone it.
Yeah, not what you were aiming for, whether you want it or not. Look at the power. Look at the power in these horses as they approach. He can flag barrels and chew gum at the same time. Look at him dig down into that dirt. There's an athlete under the saddle. There's an athlete in the saddle. They both work together, using balance and control for desired end. And Summer Cosell gets that desired end by 5 100ths better than AC and Halen. And Megan finishes in the number 4 spot. Thank you again to S&B Engineers and Constructors. They brought you the barrel racing.
Cowgirl competitions. We take you to the south end of NRG Stadium for the Breakaway roping. Oxy will bring it to us. And the legendary lady, the leading lady of Breakaway, Jackie Crawford, 23-time world champ, took it all 1 year ago, winning our Breakaway roping. Ricky Fanning, along with Jill Tanner, Kendall Pearson. Got some good ropers, Bobby T.
Well, you've got some top 5, top 10, top 30. Ricky Fanning. Now that's the married name. Boyd and I watched her years ago. As one of the 2 sisters in the Dakotas. Oh, no. Well, the lady from Martin, South Dakota, top-notch that calf. That is not the catch. We want that loop. Watch it. She throws it. We want it to go right around the clean collar catch around the neck.
It's got to drop over the ears and pull tight. And the bell collar. Let's go to Kinley, Bernice. Craig, Colorado. Josh Peak. That's a name many of you rodeo fans will remember. That's her mentor. He coaches her. She finished in the top 3 at Cheyenne last July. Back in February, she had a 2.5 in Los Fresnos. With Kinley Bernice, slow calf, and that almost hurts. Because sometimes when the calf isn't running as hard, yeah, he did. He just kind of shuts down about the time she's going to throw the rope. So we're 0 for 2 early. Someday I'm going to get Andy on a podcast to tell his Jill Tanner story from college.
Well, I'm not telling it on the Cowboy Channel. Stephenville, Texas's Tanner the daughter of a world champion. Both of her brothers have made it to the national finals in the team roping. Her husband, an NFR average champion, so she is surrounded by ropers. She's good as, she qualified to be here. One Preston, one Guyman, and Amarillo, and right now she understands the mission. Take one more swing, make it fit, and 5 flat. Keeps everything free and loose. Solid start for Jill.
Well, we had to have a bar to catch up to. 5 is what it's going to be. The only Canadian in here tonight will be Kendall Pearson. 3rd generation ranch raised cowgirl. You met her beautiful sister carrying the American flag in our opening ceremonies tonight. Come on, Kendall P. I know there's a whole bunch of people in the Hardgrass country watching you tonight. Reach this, yo-ho! 3 seconds flat. Boys, we just jumped to the lead by 2 full seconds.
And how good is this horse she calls Smoke? Smoking Guns, she just calls him Smoke. That horse puts her in perfect position, stops hard. Way to go, Kendall. Now we're turning to a 4-time champion of the world. Studied at McNeese State University in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Hope Thompson. She's won 2 world championships in the breakaway and the team roping. She's a hand with a rope. There we go with Hope. She'll move to the number 2 spot with a 3-8. Uh-oh. Broke the barrier. Got out too quick. So now that 3-8 turns into a 13-8, and she's still 3rd.
Here is how it works. You see that calf kind of jump straight up in the air. Might have thrown her timing off a little bit, but her horse breaks it before the calf does, so we add 10 seconds. Second of 3 world champions in a row. Back to Abilene, Texas with Larry D. Guy, the 9-time WPRA world champ, one of the most sought-after clinicians in all of the roping world. She makes it fit to the tune of 4 and 7. That is smart because she's now 2nd.
She's actually put on roping clinics in Sweden as well as Australia, other places across the globe. As Andy said, she is the clinician.
You could be getting a lesson next. 18-time world champion, 20-time world champion. You met her on the big screen when we started this at Jackie Crawford. Look at that, boys. That's the way you nizzle one. I mean, there was not enough loop for anything but ears in the nose. Watch this. She's got the dip. Yeah, a little sizzle right there. How about a 320? 3-2-0.
Folks, that's the defending Rodeo Houston champion that just rode out of that arena for you. And we expect to see her back here again defending that title after that great run. Weatherford College standout from Casper, Wyoming. This is McKenna Hickson. There you go, McKenna. And 3-3, but nope. She got the barrier as well. That's still going to put her in the top 4, I think. We'll see. No, top 5.
Any way you look at it, when you've got that look of determination with $1 million worth of winnings and what that lady has accomplished, when that rope breaks away from that calf, you better be just hitting it with your horse. Once you get him parked, reach Larry D and park it. That lady rides great horses. Oh my God, why did that happen to me? There's the smile that makes her the first lady of women's rodeo. Kendall Pearson, the Canadian, with a 3. Then Jackie Crawford falling 2nd. That's Breakaway Roping. I hope you enjoyed it. It was brought to you by Oxy.
We've got them loaded, and we want you to enjoy it. Bull riding here in Houston is next.
You see those busy men and women working the gates and setting up equipment? Say thanks to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our hard-working arena crew.
I am Jess Pope. I am the 2022 Rodeo Houston bareback riding champion and the 2022 world champion. Coming to Rodeo Houston is always super special to me. You know, it helped me win my first gold buckle. Big prize money is a really big deal here. With big prize money, you're going to have a lot of hard bucking horses, and just rodeo athletes all the way around need a lot of help. So the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine team do a fabulous job here for us, whether it's having a chiropractor, whether it's getting a massage, just having a doctor look at us. We need MRIs, x-rays, just really anything we need to help us be on the top of our game. They do a fabulous job. So thank you to Houston Methodist, and let's rodeo.
Visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got two, sections 103 and 124. You can go up there and take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars, get an autograph, or even pick up a Rodeo Houston belt buckle.
Oh, this kid already has an idea where he's going to get his education. Right? We know who he roots for. Well, we're going to root for both the Bulls and the Cowboys, because bull riding is at its best when both are at their best. Sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim. I talked about this guy in the opening a little bit. Creek Young broke his arm badly at the Cinch playoffs at Puyallup. That was after winning this rodeo on that bull named Preacher with an 87-point ride. Parker Bredding is a former Rodeo Houston champ as well. And keep your eyes on Luke Mast. He's a gamer.
Here are our bullfighters. On the left of your screen, it's the greatest of all time. That is Dusty Tuckness. The man in the middle, NFR bullfighter Nate Justice. And on the right of your screen, the fastest man on cleats, Bo Sheets.
Oh, but there's one more hiding in the barrel like he's scared. Here's another 10-time NFR barrel man, the entertainer John Harrison.
Hey, Houston, I got one question. Who's ready to ride some bulls? You need to come closer. Closer, 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 closer. Buckle.
Yeah, they're bucking him. Raleigh Johnson, Swan Valley, Idaho. Number 6 in the world, 22-year-old cowboy. And hey, folks, you can't ride them all unless you ride the first one. Let's hear it for Raleigh. 22-year-old cowboy from Swan Valley, Idaho, on a bull that is 4-2 coming in. They average 82 points. He's going to do better than that, 82 and a half, as Raleigh Johnson gets us started.
Well, you prefaced a moment ago, we've got a Houston champion coming. This man's father rode in the old building. This is Parker Bredding from Edgar, Montana. And this is a rematch on the bull they call Speed Test. Now, there's been one man ride this bull out of 24 trips. Think about that. Trevor Rice, who is the superstar of the last Super Series, is the only man to ride him in round one. Speed Test. Oh, from Generations Pro Rodeo. All right. The rematch is from, I don't know if it's a year tonight or not, but a year ago this week.
A year ago, this bull bucked him off in this building, so that past Rodeo Houston champ wants this rematch.
Yeah, in 3 seconds. Parker didn't last 3 seconds, so he wants to get even in this room with all of you. Come on, Parker Brady. Yeah. Come on, Parker. No. Well, 2.61 the first time, 3.33 in attempt number 2, but I'll forever be a fan of that young man and a fan of his dad. His dad was the last man to ever get on Bodacious.
And rode him. One of 9 men that did. Oh, good.
Maverick Smith of Mountain Grove, Missouri. 20-year-old cowboy on a bull called Cool Out. When they ride this bull, which only happens about 24% of the time, They average 83. You go back to October, they were 86 on this bull in Waco. 20-year-old Maverick would love to do what he did in Ellensburg over Labor Day weekend. See if he can ride this one. Sit up, stay in the middle, keep using your free arm. Well, we can't give him points for the backflip. 6.65 seconds will end up a no score for Mav.
Bull goes away from his hand, going to the left on a right-handed bull rider. He's doing his best to use that free arm to stay current. There's a lot of places to land. You can land on your feet, you can land on your butt. He lands on the back of his shoulders, and that's going to leave a mark.
Well, he's only 20 years old. The next guy's going to be 31. It would hurt him even more. Taylor Toves, Stephenville, Texas. And here's your favorite bull, Boyd.
Yeah, folks, Mr. Nasty. He lives up to his name. This bull is mean, really mean.
Well, tonight he decides to go trotting through the tulip.
Oh, don't worry. He's still hunting.
Yeah, that's a victory lap is what that is, Bob.
He won the battle. And normally this bull will stick around to stick a horn in you, your friends, a bullfighter or two. Tonight he said, I did enough damage the last time he bucked me in here a week ago. I'm just going to lope on out of here.
There's Bo Sheets. Good job, Buckaroo. Get a peek at Tyler Bingham, see how far along he is. Former wrestler. His brother, a two-time NFR qualifier.
The bull he has is Flex. 80% buck off. This is a younger bull. Luke Mackey was 85 on him in San Antonio. Tyler, the four-time NFR qualifier that won that famous Preston Night Rodeo.
And that was the only time this bull's been ridden, is for 85 in San Antonio by Luke. Let's ride him again here, shall we, folks? Tyler Bingham, the national high school champion, way back in 2011.
I want to see him win $40,000 in a hurry. Maybe he's good tonight. He's 966,000 in trouble. So close. How would you like to be that close to $1 million?
Is it just me, or was he trying to get ahead of this bull and got ahead of himself?
Might be. He knew the bull was going to turn back into his hand, so he got down into the well, and that can be a problem. So I understand that Janie has the only guy that's ridden today, Raleigh Johnson.
And it's so exciting for Raleigh here at Rodeo Houston, your first time here at NRG Stadium, and you get the first and only qualified ride in the Super Series. Is this everything that you could have dreamed of?
Yeah, you know, I came in here an hour before and looked around, and I was pretty shell-shocked, and it's pretty awesome. I could hear the crowd during that ride, and it was pretty awesome.
You told me that you didn't really know anything about that bull, but like I said, the only qualified ride, did he kind of meet the expectations that you saw from the one video you watched?
Yeah, I knew he was going to be really fast, and I just kept hustling the whole time.
Well, congratulations, your official first ride here at Rodeo Houston.
Thank you.
You're watching Fulton Rutland in the arena live from Westville, Oklahoma. That is the Redneck Lot Lizard from the David Bailey Rodeo Company. David, if you're watching tonight, we miss you.
Here is our defending champion that Boyd has mentioned on a couple occasions tonight from Rogersville, Missouri. Creek Young. Bull is Trinity. They last rode this bull in October. They only ride him about 20% of the time, and when they do, they average about 85 points. Hopefully Creek is back to 100% healthy. Let's see what he can do. The title defense begins here, but won't be able to get any money on night one after hitting the dirt. No score for Creek.
Well, 7 of those 9 men that had rode this bull are right-handed, according to Boyd's stats, and I live with him. That did not work for a right-hander, and he is gone.
Up next is Luke Mast, and we asked Luke, how do you prepare for coming to Rodeo Houston?
I was very excited when I got the email to come. I said I'm going to come here to win it, and one bull, I'm going to take one bull at a time, and we're going to do it this year.
He come here to win it, folks. He's the fourth kid in a family of 12 brothers and sisters. He won the Extreme Bulls in Lufkin with an 87-point ride. 88.5 in Fort Worth. Cowboy Dreams is the bull. Bucked off Scotty Knapp, Super Series 2. But Luke came in. No, don't get down there. Great work by your bullfighters. I don't understand how Dusty and Bo and these guys could be so calm and cool in the face of a bull. Now watch it. Luke is going to get off to the side. Dusty knows that's a problem. So he's going to move in and just make sure he's between Luke. Nate Justice is right there, but Dusty's right there, and they don't panic. They just do amazing work. Would you pay off our bullfighters, because they are without peers. I can tell you that.
Well, you watched them. Everybody was right or left-handed. Everybody nodded for the gate. Everybody wanted to make it work. But one man is 82.5. We were slinging bodies in here tonight like we're chopping up hamburgers for the 4-H kids. Folks, this is a business that is dangerous. And if you can get 30 to 40% of your riding talents at a rodeo like this, you are going to win a lot of money. Dejection, get used to it. The bulls outweigh you.
The one guy out of 8 that conquered his beast, the first guy to go, Raleigh Johnson with an 82.5. Tip of the hat to Rock and Roll Denim, who brought you the bull riding. Up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. We want to welcome some lucky recipients of our Rodeo Acts of Kindness program. They've been moved down from the 6th level to these great seats thanks to Rodeo Acts of Kindness participants, Phillips 66.
Hey, hey, hey. I want you to get your phones out, and then I'd like you to scan the QR code on the big screen. You could be on the Raising Cane's selfie cam. Now, this is a big deal. Thousands of people do it every night. There we go. Yeah, caught you all working the hair. And here, ladies, you look good in those hats. Hello, girls, chewing gum. Oh, they're eating popcorn. There we go. Yep. She's going to film herself on the selfie cam. There you are. What a smile, big guy. Thank you, ladies. You knew when to turn to the camera, didn't you? Got a whole family right there. Folks, we say thank you for playing the game, having some fun with us. As you've been seen live on the selfie cam, thanks to Raising Cane's.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world. They come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own because they fully rely on their partners. And now Oxy is honored to present the other part of the team that these athletes cherish, the part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over 3 decades ago of the legendary Hilda Blue. She was the Saddle Bronc Horse of the Year runner-up in 1989, and Hilda Blue competed for 10 years in the Rodeo Houston finals. Her 20-year-old great-great-granddaughter, Blue Bonnet, has followed in her footsteps. This Blue Bonnet is a mother of 12 babies, and she's bucked at top rodeos across the United States, including right here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. They're loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them. And soon enough, the youngest member of this deep bloodline will be setting records of her own. Say hello to Baby Blue. She's just a few weeks old. She was born right here at Rodeo Houston just a couple of weeks ago. You know, some horses are born to run fast. Some are meant to work with cutting precision. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility as well as our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect and worth. Why? Because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family as well. And they represent the legacy as well as the future of our rodeo. So folks, what do you say? Let's give all of our human and animal athletes a hand tonight. And thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction. Be sure and check it out, and thank you, Oxy.
Oh boy, what's going to be coming up next? It's a calf scramble. Look at all those young, beautiful people in white, clean shirts.
You make this happen, all 35,000 of y'all. Volunteers bring the go to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo every year. It's community, it's service, it's a way of life, and it's uniquely Houston. Volunteers are at the heart of it all. At Phillips 66, we believe in sharing good energy. That's why we're proud to sponsor the first ever Volunteer Appreciation Day. Our energy and your passion fuel our city's favorite tradition. Thank you, and let's rodeo.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. Donna Kay Rule did not have a usual start to her rodeo career. She and her husband John owned and operated a saddle shop for nearly 30 years before she decided to focus on her barrel racing career. This grandmother is a 5-time National Finals rodeo qualifier and is recognized by her fellow athletes for always lending a helping hand. We want to lend you a hand, Donna Kay, and make sure you and your family are united as often as possible with airfare from United Airlines. You are selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations! You are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by United Airlines.
Hey, hey, it's Calf Scramble time, and it's sponsored by Transocean. Folks, tonight we want to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have the chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 23rd. Let's go down to the arena floor and meet Andy and Janie. There's Andrew, your host.
Thank you, Bobby T. Thanks for tossing it down here. We're ready. We are all even. 15 young ladies, 15 young men, all in 4-H and FFA, and they want to catch a calf in the calf scramble. Janie had a few extra moments to find out a little bit more. Let us inside.
Well, Andy, these kids are ready, and I was impressed by a couple of them. One has had a full beard since he was 12 years old. Another one is a 3-time state champion gymnast. We also have one who's made friends with every single kid in the calf scramble tonight. But let's get it started. This awesome group of kids, starting with Chloe Wright,
Kylie Nuderhoff,
Christine Rosenbaum,
Grayson Monk,
Matthew Trevino,
Justin Peck,
Michaela Berry,
Haley McKimmey,
Brady Jordan,
Dixie Browning,
Stephanie Caviera,
Brody Pop,
Aspen Fulmer,
Baron Camp,
Ivan Ricks,
Gus Harris,
Cohen Box,
Elizabeth Baker,
Callie Coaster,
Eli Moen,
Riley Rudick,
Jaden Huckabee,
Slade Bittiger,
Laney Stewart,
Josiah Vega,
Branson Grimes,
Clayton Morris,
Maya Strong,
Catherine Smith,
and Brianna Barber. Those are your 30 scramblers for the 10th time. Let's give them all a little Houston love. Each and every time we gather together, we welcome 2 individuals that help us out, making sure everything goes as planned. First, our gate opener. Please welcome the voice of the Houston Texans, Mark Vandermeer. And our calf scramble starter. They will be the ones to drop the hat to let our kids know when it's time to go. Outgoing Communication and Special Services Committee Chairman, Lorelei Scott. Mark will swing that gate open and the calves will come up our alleyway. It is formed by our calf scramble committee, directing the calves towards the kids inside the box. Once the hat is dropped by Lorelei Scott, our kids will follow that signal, and they know that it is time to catch a calf for the 10th time right here in Houston.
Oh, and they are already off in a big way. We've got kind of a dog pile happening in the calf scramble right in the center of NRG. But some of those calves got away. Number 26 has one by the tail already, Branson Grimes. He shows Angus heifers. That's all he does. He's a full-time FFA kid. He loves to show calves.
Here in the middle, number 14, Baron Camp of Ellis County 4-H has a halter one, but he also has to put that halter on.
Wow, he bulldogged that calf right there. Baron, he said it. He was just going to go straight for the tackle. He wants to be a veterinarian when he grows up, and he's getting pretty close to catching his calf and getting that halter on.
There is number 14. That is Baron. As Janie pointed out, he's got that halter on. Look out! We are coming in hot. Who's it going to be? Good job, Baron.
He ripped his t-shirt, but man, he got that done fast. Back to number 26, Branson Grimes. He's making a move right here. He's kind of hustling this calf across the line, making it look easy. Good job.
All right, Baron, how you feeling after you ripped that t-shirt?
I feel real good.
Have you ever been in the calf scramble before?
Yes, sir.
Did you catch anywhere else?
No, sir.
First time catch. Are you getting a steer or heifer to bring back to the show?
Heifer.
Is there anything you'd like to say to this committee that works so hard each and every night to put this event on?
I don't know. I can't think about anything right now.
Well, how about we tell them thank you? This is one of our first catches of the night. Give it up for number 14, Baron Camp of Ellis County 4-H.
As Baron catches his breath, I don't think anybody really knows how difficult this event really is and how exhausting it can be. These kids have to work hard out there, including number 19, right there, Kelly Coaster. She shows goats and heifers, and she's just one awesome cowgirl. And like I said, it can be exhausting. You take a look right there, is that young girl right there is number 11, is trying to get back up and go at it again, getting that calf.
Yep, it is a large, large territory that has to be covered in order to try and catch a calf like number 19, Callie Coaster of Grapevine, Colleyville FFA. Great job, young lady. Right in front of her was number 4, Grayson Monk of Lovelady FFA.
That's number 5 right there, Matthew Trevino. He plays basketball, he loves fishing, just all around great kid right there as he's using his teeth to get the halter on this calf. You got to do whatever it takes, but that halter placement, you want to make sure it's nice and tight. These calves can't sneak out of it. Oh, and we're trying right there. Hang on.
Don't let go. Do not let go. Now he's got the halter on. Great job, Matthew. That is a fantastic mustache to boot. Now he's got to get the calf up. Go back to the box in the middle of the arena. Let's help out Matthew Trevino.
Yep, and he's getting it done injury-free. But, you know, from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our rodeo athletes, Rodeo Houston and Houston Methodist Sports Medicine are standing by and help with any injuries to our rodeo competitors.
That was number 15, Ivan Ricks of Marlin FFA. And Matthew Trevino makes his catch official. Speaking of catches, catching a calf is just the beginning of a year-long educational journey for these Texas FFA and 4-H kids. Each student who catches a calf will receive a certificate to purchase a steer or a heifer to bring back to the show. The rodeo has awarded over $21 million in purchase certificates and prizes to more than 24,000 students since this program began back in 1942. Raising an animal teaches them life skills such as the responsibility of caring for a living animal, financial accountability, record keeping, decision making, and communications as they keep in touch with their donors throughout this entire process. There's number 24, Lainey Stewart of Lone Oak FFA. She is hoping to be part of those more than 24,000 students who have caught. You know, once you're in this program, you also learn to develop self-confidence and practical abilities needed to show your steer or heifer in front of a judge during a fall progress show, and then when you return to the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
It's at number 24, Lainey Stewart. She's a cheerleader. She likes to show heifers. She's got the halter on this calf. We just got to convince number 3 calf to go ahead and cross that line.
There is number 15, Ivan Ricks of Marlin FFA. Just a few more steps for those calves and kids on the north end. There's a little boost as we get across the line. Come on, Ivan, don't quit on us. He's getting some help from number 13, Aspen Fulmar. What a great sense of community here in the calf scramble as all of these exhibitors continue to help one another.
Love to see that camaraderie, Andy. And Ivan wanted everyone to know that he's outgoing. He loves to try new things, but this is his 4th calf scramble, and he's already making new friends.
Another great night and another successful scramble as that halter is on for Gus Harris of Carthage FFA. Getting a group of individuals helping him out as he leads his calf to the big box in the center of NRG Stadium. You help him take those steps towards the center. Come on, Houston. Gus can hear you now.
He's about got that calf halter broke, Andy, as they go across the line. All the kids are helping him too.
Yes, he does. Those steps are steps he'll remember for the rest of his life as a catch in the calf scramble on night number 10 in Houston, Texas. Thank you to our sponsor of the calf scramble, Transocean. Coming up soon, it's the Chuckwagon Racing here in NRG Stadium.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them, including our Gold Star families who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight, the Crown Royal Military Salute is proud to honor a United States Army Command Sergeant Major. He is the senior enlisted advisor to the 372nd Quartermaster Battalion Commander. He has served in combat multiple times while in Afghanistan, as well as Operation Enduring Freedom in Iraq. His awards include the Bronze Star, Army Commendation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, and many more.
He has volunteered with the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for 13 years. He is currently serving in his 8th year with the Armed Forces Appreciation Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is United States Army Command Sergeant Major Eric Campbell joining me in saying thank you for your service, and we salute you, Major, and thank you again to Crown Royal for sponsoring this salute.
Folks, we want to take you inside the rodeo tonight with the Axis Sounds of the Night. Listen to Houston's Anthony Thomas.
Hello!
I love to hear it, but never gets old. It's bareback riding time. Holy Spirit, come to be with me right now. Ride with me. Kill or be killed right here. Rigging's tight. Head screwed on. It's kind of wadded up back there. Okay, let's go. It's a big, strong animal.
Those are your Axis sounds of the night. And we're about to approach the Chuckwagon racing. The first heat is brought to you by Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. If you didn't know, our broadcast team is paired up and we've been picking wagons. Myself and Luis from Telemundo have won 8. Bob and Enrique have won 4. Andy and Janie as a team have won 6. So it's like the NFL draft. If you win the Super Bowl, you got to pick last. And because me and Luis are winning so often, we've got to let Bob and Enrique pick first.
Enrique, what do you say we put a little fuel in this race tonight and go with Chevron?
Sounds good to me. Let's go, Chevron.
All right, well, we're going with Kroger, and there is an investigation into Boyd for insider trading.
Yeah, that's still open for sure.
All right,
That was
y'all
unofficial.
give us
But we're
Mustang
moving on.
Cat. Janie, you gave us Mustang Cat, okay? And we're just going to whip you with it, okay?
Andy, what committee do we send those complaints to?
All right. Okay, what they're going to do is figure eight these barrels, 2 laps around the arena. The first horse's nose to cross the white line on the west side after the second lap is the winner. So in the early going, Chevron in the middle, Mustang Cat drafting. Kroger in the lead.
Y'all better quit cheering unless you're cheering for Chevron.
Let's go,
This
Chevron.
is the money lap. Lap number 2. Our runaway shopping cart is ready to go to the inside, Janie.
Come on, Kroger, work your way to the inside. Mustang Cat on the outside. This is where we take the lead.
Yes,
Here we go. Let's go.
Across the
Come
line.
on.
Gentlemen.
It's Mustang Cat.
You've got to be kidding me.
All we do is win. This is getting old. I'm starting to feel bad for the rest of you.
I'm starting to feel bad that you're feeling bad, and Enrique and I are feeling horrible.
I'm
I
starting to feel bad
guarantee
for
you
the
what,
rest
we
of us,
couldn't
too.
run a race against a...
All right, so let's do our business first. Let's say thank you to Chevron, Kroger, Mustang Cat. They won the first heat, but because Bob and Enrique continue to lose, God, if you were a franchise football team, what team would you be?
Just leave it alone.
right.
Enrique, I am tired of picking.
Hold on.
Let's
second
go with
race
Baylor
heat.
Medicine. I'm going to volunteer Baylor Medicine, and let's go there. What do you say,
Uno
Bob?
momento, por favor. Sponsors.
Ah.
We have to say Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STX Beef. Now you two can pick.
No, I'm no more picking.
We're
Hurry
going to
up,
go with
Enrique.
Baylor Medicine. Baylor Medicine for this race. We're going to volunteer that winner tonight.
All right. Enrique and Bob have Baylor Medicine. How about Janie and Andy?
I'm going to throw out STX beef tonight.
You're going with who you said?
STX beef. I'm going for the beef.
Okay, so you're giving us Ford?
I know.
We're going to smoke you like a cheap cigar. All right,
Ladies and
Luis.
gentlemen, yell the name of the team that you chose. Yell it loud. Vamos, damas y señores, estamos hablando de los magníficos caballos. Baylor Medicine, Ford y STX Beef están corriendo 100 millas por hora. Somebody scream!
Oh my gosh! Is that Ford in the lead?
Not for long.
Oh my! Are those 4 white horses winning?
Not for long.
I don't know. They got a pretty big lead.
Vamos, Baylor. Baylor Medicine. Here it is, Bob.
half a sweep.
So, still, I'm not much of a statistician. It's tightening up. Andy and Janie haven't won a race in 2 days. Bob and Enrique are slowly making their way back, but Boyd and Luis are almost 1/2 of the total races already.
Winning
heard
by
that,
accident.
all I want to hear, Andy.
Well, down on the arena floor, we appreciate Boyd being critical.
So let me just do some math for you, okay? You any good at math?
Yeah.
Between Enrique and Bob and you and Janie, you have won 11 races. Together, combined. Me and Luis, all by ourselves, have won 9.
Oh, boy,
Accidentally.
bragging is
They
so
have won
becoming of you.
accidentally.
We're laying
Taking
low
the
for
scraps.
now. We're going to
We
have to come
20
back.
races. We have 20 races left. Bob, let's keep working on this.
Hey, thank you to Baylor Medicine, Ford, and STXB.
Hey, you won't want to miss it. Coming up next, it's Mutton Bustin.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's a word from our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips.
The rodeo is just a great fit for me because it's just part of my DNA. We grew up learning the great values of ranching and farming. I think the great thing that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does is we celebrate our great, rich history of Western heritage. Very important that everyone understands the importance of agriculture in their everyday lives. The food that they receive on their table and the clothes on their back, and you don't have any of that without agriculture. And it's important that we make that connection with the public so that there's an appreciation of the people and the resources needed to make those things happen. One of the best things is seeing the kids and the students that are out there showing their projects. We need to continue to foster this educational opportunity for kids that are the next generation of farmers and ranchers and scientists and engineers that are going to help us produce the demands needed in this society. We have people coming here from all over the world that want to understand how we are able to do this each and every year. And our answer is we have 35,000 amazing, hardworking, dedicated volunteers. They are coming to the show to unite together for a common purpose, to serve their community through the mission of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And because of that, we're able to put this show on every year. We've done it for 93 years, and we want to do it for the next 100.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
It's time to vote for the hard luck moment. You be the judge as we name tonight's winner. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck.
So what we've done is we picked 3 hard luck moments from previous performances that we're going to show you tonight. But folks, we've never needed you more than we need you now because you get to judge each one of these hard luck moments with your voices. We've only hit 100 once this week, and that was last night, so we're hoping we can hit it twice with you tonight. Don't hold back because all 3 hard luck moments are bull riders, and the worst one could be the first one. So let's take a look at these hard luck moments.
Let's go with the Cajun Chase Cross, Claire. Now watch out, this little bull is young, but you talk about throwing your body through the air. I mean, it does hip to hip and kicks him right in the buttocks out the door. What do you say, Houston? How bad was the kick?
'93, we got a ways to go. Hey, folks, the entire weight of this bull is going to come down on the arm of this bull rider, Jackson Ward. He's going to go underneath the boom, right there. You talk about jerk your arm out of the socket. Watch it from this angle. The hind legs of the bull go over the body and the arm, and then when they come down right here, it just jerks the entire arm out from underneath the man. How loud can you get for Jackson Ward? $100. Nicely done.
All right, but still, I've got one to go with Luke Casey Morris. Now, this little bull's not as big as some of the others, but he's got all the fire in the world. Now, what do you do when you get your lights knocked out? I mean, he is cold turkey. does not know where to go, crawling through the dirt. Bull stepping on him, hits him with his nose again. This bull whacked him 5 times in 3 seconds. Help, Blue Casey!
Oh, so close. 99 for Luke Casey Morris.
During our last rodeo performance on Championship Sunday, we'll show you our top roughest rides. And the winner that night will be crowned this year's Hard Luck Moment.
Well, you waited all evening to see this competition, and it is finally on the docket. Mutton Bustin is up next. Thank you to HEB. Let's go down to the king and queen of mutton busting, Andy Seiler, Janie Johnson.
We put the Chuckwagon racing behind us. Nobody has more fun than we do.
The king and queen of mutton busting. We're here to reign. We're here to have a lot of fun. Let's get it started with our mutton busting, Andy.
Here we go with Sasha Brawley of Houston, Texas. Sasha wants to be a country music singer.
Loves the tamales, loves Rodeo Houston, and already making a great ride to start it all off. Way to set the bar.
Austin Castillo, Spring, Texas, 6-year-old Austin likes deep-fried Oreos.
He also loves the Chuckwagon race, but check out this ride all the way to the back fence.
Layla Garish of Houston, Texas, 5-year-old Layla loves corn dogs and wants to be a mommy.
I love that. No better job. And a great ride, but look at those awesome pink cowgirl boots in her pigtails. She is looking sharp tonight.
Here is Mason Hill. Mason Hill of Katy, Texas, coming your way.
Good ride, Mason. I love that orange and blue for Rodeo Houston. Way to go.
Bodie McIntyre, 5 years old from Houston, likes eating ice cream and wants to be a wrestler. Hold on tight, Bodie. Here it is.
Time to wrestle a hold of this sheep. Here we go. Hangs off the right side. Good ride.
6-year-old Barry Mintz of Houston, Texas, loves carnival rides. Favorite animal's a pony.
You gotta love the ponies and the sheep. Look at him go. Nice job.
League City's Judd Wayne Peterson. That is a country name if I've ever heard one.
That is such a cowboy name, and he is making a cowboy kind of ride on that sheep.
Rivers Rich of Houston, Texas. Rivers loves bull riding and wants to be a quarterback.
That sounds like a quarterback name.
That's
Rivers
I agree. Here's your quarterback, Rivers.
And he's a superstar. Man, look at that right in the middle, all the way to the end.
Bailey Stevens of Houston, Texas. Bailey loves barrel racing and cotton candy.
When she grows up, she wants to be Taylor Swift. You gotta love that.
Now Christian Joseph. Christian loves riding the rides. We got one for you.
Ooh, and that was a tough and fast sheep, but we're up, we're feeling good. Let's hear it for her, Houston.
Evelyn Crossett, 5-year-old Evelyn with those white boots.
Our favorite event is the bull riding with Leon Coffey.
Now it's Mason Walker. 5-year-old Mason likes bucking Broncos and fried Oreos.
Wants to be an engineer when he grows up. We got a smart kid on a tough sheep. Good ride. And he's all business.
All right, Chesterville, Texas's Connolly Ward. 6-year-old Connolly loves roping with Dad.
Oh, and she even had a free arm out. We are having fun. Good ride.
Friends, each and every time we have our mutton bustin', our contestants get a special medal of recognition for being here with us inside NRG Stadium. Also, to commemorate the memory they've created, they get a back number with their name on it that they can keep forever. But there's always one that rode a little bit farther and did it a little bit better. And for night number 10, our champion gets to chat with Janie.
Rivers Rich, our champion tonight in the mutton bustin'. And Rivers, when you were on the back of that sheep, what were you thinking about?
I rode on my dad.
Oh, you got to practice on your dad at home. Now, is he more difficult or is the sheep?
The sheep.
I would definitely agree with that. And hey, what's your favorite animal at the rodeo?
The sheep.
We love the sheep, and you're our champion. Rivers Rich, our champion in the Mutton Bustin. You're going to get this beautiful buckle presented by HEB and Gisela Villarreal. Congratulations, our champion, Rivers Rich.
And thank you to HEB for sponsoring our Mutton Bustin'.